we're here again, like always. So I see the names of the videos, some of them the latest videos, starting this, starting that. We're not finishing anything, which is normal. I told you, I like to do the characters like this, so I will put all the things in some level of completion. In this case, kinda you can see what's going on. It's not the worst, it's not the best either, but it's kind of nice. I'm trying, yeah, and then we will gradually combine the characters. For example, the dragon, we will combine the legs with the body and the arms, and for the head, I will tell you what we will do, but it will be later. And here, because this head is a different head, we will not use that one, because you see, yeah, we will hide it at some point. But for the horse, I want this part here to be more squarish, a little bit like this. I think it will look better, although it will be hidden by this thing in here and some other things, but yeah, it's... we have to do it, basically. No, we don't have to do it. We don't have to do anything. You don't have to do anything either. You don't have to like and subscribe. You don't have to click the bell icon also. You don't have to even watch this course. But if you want to improve yourself, since you will live with yourself for the rest of your life, and that's, I think it's certain. Yeah, some people will say, oh, the earth is not, it's not round, it's flat, something else, like vaccines are killing people, it's okay, no problem, but you will live with yourself for the rest of your life, from now on. And you have lived with yourself until this point, but the idea here is that if you put time and effort in your own level up yourself, it will be a little bit easier for you in the later stages of your life. And yeah, I say level up because it's like a character from video game. For example, Fallout 4 or just some other RPG game when you develop your character. So you're spending time in the beginning to try to develop your characters, to gain level, to go to the higher difficulty levels, to higher difficulty areas where the awards are better. So it's the same in life. You gain level, you become a better artist, to go to a better companies or to get better jobs, to gain great rewards, which are not all of the rewards are not physical rewards, so they are not money or Bitcoin or whatever, or gold. No, some of the rewards are that you have worked for this project. It's very nice, by the way, to know that you have worked for this project. And if you worked for a project like a very high project like Diablo, for example, or some other, like some movie from Disney or whatever, you probably will be well compensated for that with cash, which is good, but it's not the main thing. Probably as a young artist, you are now saying, but money is pretty important. Yes, they are, especially in the beginning where you don't have them. At some point where you start having them a little bit more, you realize that money are very important. Yeah, you have to have them, but the most important thing is, like, for me at least, family. Family is, yeah, maybe the most important thing is family, because I know that now I wouldn't be happy if I don't have my family around. You see, I just, and the next thing is probably satisfaction from work. And money, yeah, they can buy you things. That's good. I like it. I like that I can buy, for example, I can afford the latest smartphone if I want. I can afford the latest game console, the latest and the best graphic card, for example. It's very nice. But as I told you, these things give you happiness for a little bit of time. Sometimes I buy something kind of expensive because for example, I collect knives. Knives, like this, just pocket knives. And sometimes I buy a knife because I watched it in the internet, I watch reviews and something, and I kind of get more excited about it, and I order it and it arrives and I'm like, yeah, very nice. And after a few days, nothing. So yeah, we have to be careful about that. It's those material things are not something that will last for a long time. Let's continue with this. So I will now, how I will proceed, how I'll make a plane, and I will make it in this shape. A good question. Thank you for this question. Thank you for this question. Yes, sometimes I say good. It's very funny. Good. How do you say good? Ah, yeah, good. But I cannot make my mouth like this when I'm talking, like good. Thank you, everybody. Okay, let's continue. Append. But this time we will not append a sphere, we will append a cube 3D. Oops. Where is this cube? It's here. I will alt click on it. If your cube is not visible, it's in the bottom of your stack here in the subtools. So you can find it there, you can click on it. And where you click on it, we will move it back like this. Then I will increase the size of it, it doesn't matter. And I will turn on polyframe with Shift F. Yeah, let's try Shift F. Ooh, Shift F is working. So Shift F. And now what I will do is what I did. I don't put symmetry on, and I just went from the back view and I did this. Yeah. And I have hidden most of the cube. Just one of the planes, one of the sides is remaining, and then I will del hidden. And now I will adjust it and put it into position here. And now what I have to do is just move with my move brush from the side view. I will move it so it's exactly where I want it to be. Yeah, it's that simple. There is nothing to it. I mean, it's not rocket science or something. It's far simpler than rocket science, by the way. I think rocket science is pretty complicated. I have never been in rocket science in my life, but I think it's very complicated because I have learned mathematics in not this mathematics that you learn in the normal school. I have learned a little bit more complicated mathematics in university. And if rocket science, they have to kind of put this mathematics into action, it's pretty difficult. I mean, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do rocket science. And for example, and not for example, and probably for the rocket scientists, my work is pretty difficult. So I'm a little bit like grateful about that, because they cannot do my work, but I cannot do their work too. So this is not rocket science. Yeah. By the way, yeah, I did it now, and it looks kind of nice, but we have to do this kind of cuts in here. How to do them cuts? Yes, okay. I thought about it and I decided how to do them. So I will go to Z modeler brush, then I will go to one point. And then I will press space. And now I will go to slice mesh. And do not crease. It doesn't matter if you crease or don't, but you don't have to crease. So slice mesh, do not crease. And what I do is just slice it like this. And then I will slice it also here. But probably I need first to put one line like this. Because when I'm on an edge, when I press space, it's insert single edge loop. When I'm on a dot or a point, it's slice mesh. So if now I try to slice again, sometimes it happens, but if you try to slice one time and then slice somewhere else, you will have a problem. You have to always, after you slice, after you slice, you always have to press space, just to press it, just to kind of nullify it, and then you can slice whatever you want again. But if you slice once somewhere like this, and then you want to slice somewhere else, it kind of connects the slices if you didn't press space before that. So just bear this in mind a little bit, like something to think about. So I did this, and now I will delete this and this. Let's go to a polygon, and we cannot see it. Let's go to a polygon here and delete a single poly, then press here, and we are okay. So of course we have to make thickness here. We shouldn't leave it like this. We should make some thickness. But before we make thickness, we need a little bit of a holding here. Why am I doing this kind of a very simple, very small things here? Because they are very important. Some of those things are important because they are giving more depth to the character, and also they are showing that you have shown, they are showing that you have spent time to think about them. So now what I did is, let me show you again, I just inserted one loop here, and then this hole is a little bit away from this, so that's why I do it, and it's small, so I delete this and I have this hole. We'll see if I have it or not, but for now we have it, it's okay. Next thing I want to do is probably go to my menu, my floating menu with Ctrl-Shift-Alt-A, this is my shortcut, and press double so we can see it from both sides. And then I will go to mirror here, mirror, yeah. Let me find, by the way, where exactly mirror was, because I am a little bit confused. I need to find mirror. So mirror was definitely ZPlugin, and it was in Subtoolmaster. Yes, mirror here in Subtoolmaster in ZPlugin. So it's very kind of inside the menus. That's why I have put it here when I made my custom interface. And I highly recommend you use that interface. But if you didn't kind of use my interface up to now, you will be probably not watching this right now, because it will be difficult to follow this without using my interface. And why am I saying my interface is kind of made with years of practice, and I'm sure that this is one of the best and one of the most kind of fast ways to work in ZBrush with my interface. And I say that because I personally know that I'm one of the fastest ZBrush artists probably in the world even. I can work very fast, and this is thanks to my interface and knowing that. So all of those things here that are very close to my mouse at any time, very comfortable, very nice, because they are the most used things. And all the brushes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, extremely fast, extremely comfortable with those brushes. Everything is just fine. So what I want to do now is interesting. So I will go to the body and I will increase the size of this neck, because I want to make kind of a head, but not head, but this one, this thing here. I want to kind of try to make it a little bit. So probably this will be a time where we start, not exactly now, but we have to start at some point making the 3D sketch of our character. What 3D sketch means? If you haven't watched any of my courses before, 3D sketch is where we kind of try to achieve the final result, but only with 1 or 2 meshes. Just very, very loose sketch of the final thing. It will be for probably an hour or 2 it will take us, and we will make it. After that, from this sketch, we'll extract the different armors and everything. So in this case, at some point where we make the sketch, this whole thing will be from one mesh. But later, we'll make this a separate piece, this one, there will be separate pieces, this front part will be separate piece, this top part and this part will be a separate piece. So it will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pieces here only for the helmet and the neck armor. And then we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces, 3 pieces here, excuse me, 3. Then we'll have 1 piece for the belt, then we'll have 1 for the glove, and the other glove of course will be separately, one here, one for this, and we will make this kind of things. But first we need the 3D sketch just to see where the things will be, how they will be, and maybe to easily extract our forms, main forms. So I wanna Dynamesh, okay. And now what I will do is I will hide the head. So the head is on the top. So I will hide the head, I will hide the teeth, and the horns I will leave. And the eyes I will hide too. I will move them close to the other part. And I can put all those things in folder and hide them easier. So probably it will be better to do that. So I will select the head, new folder. It will be head. And I will put the teeth in this folder. So, and the eye. So we have eye and teeth and everything is this folder called head. And I will just close this. I mean, the visibility of this folder will be hidden. And now what I'll do, I will Shift Z to have this. And then I will adjust, I will put it and increase the size of it or decrease it, whatever. So the horns and I'm looking at the horns. I want them to be the same. I'm looking at the wings. I'm looking at the hoofs of the horse. I'm looking at the tail. I want everything to be kinda where it should be. And then I think this could be. And then I can go ahead and kind of finish this or just put it in the right position at least. I will take my time, put it in the right full position. Alright, seems pretty good. Yeah, in the beginning it will look pretty awkward because there is no helmet to talk about. So it will look awkward, but it's in the right place. Let's see. Shift Z. Yeah, it's kind of in the right place. And now with the down standard brush, I will kind of do this. And here we'll have a cut. We'll wait for the ZBrush, of course. I have few tools open, and they're kind of big. This one. What is this one, by the way? This one is the dragon that I did for the students in Arc Academy. So this is another one. The horns I like, by the way, here. They're pretty nice. I can kind of use them. The spikes here are even better than ours. I don't like that. And the horse is pretty nice. Yeah. So, yeah, we'll see how ours will go. But our horse is not that bad. It's not that thick. Our horse is more like lean a little bit, but maybe we will make it a little bit thicker. We'll see how it goes. So, now if we want this to look more like a helmet, we have to make flat parts, we have to make sharper parts like this. Yes. And we have to make those 1, 2, and 3. But they should be, yeah, thicker in here. I'm just working with my clay tubes, just putting some, you know, some material to work with. And then I will curve it. They should be more curved. We will kind of adjust it at some point. We have to work on it. Yeah, now it looks pretty bad, I know. But I also know that if we continue working on it, if we put the time, it will start to work out. It always does. I mean, there is no way this couldn't work. I mean, it will work always. For me, at least. For you, probably it will not work as good. But don't get, you know, thrown away by this, because it's normal if you haven't made too much characters, if you are not as experienced, your work to be a little bit off here and there. Of course, you can always put the concept inside the ZBrush as I do as spotlight, and just kind of put it here, put the spotlight next to it, and just watch where you have problems. For example, this hand here or the arm is not as thick in your concept, or this little kind of hands are not as little in your concept, or they are smaller in your not in your concept, in your 3D, and all those things you can adjust because it's adjustable. Since we are making it, probably it is adjustable. So okay, now I have made something like a helmet a little bit. Probably it's kind of fine, but we'll see how it goes. Of course, we cannot fit the head that we have made here in this particular helmet because it will just not fit. It's normal, but we will just make a helmet, and then we'll make a separate render for the helmet and for without helmet, which is, I think, good. So for the horns, I would like to make them a little bit more spread. Ooh, no. Don't touch them. It will be a mistake, a grave mistake to touch them. Now I'll make them thicker. They will go down. Hopefully we will be nice. So for the other guy that I shown you, the horns were bigger, and maybe we can make them a little bit bigger in this case too, just for our own pleasure. A little bit wider. Yes, we can, of course. That's completely in our... yeah. So now, you see, it starts to work out. We will do a little bit more, of course, things. I will put the perspective on just to see it. When we start putting the colors and everything, which will be after a few videos, everything will start to go well, but without the colors, it will be better for us to see and adjust the forms as much as we can. Because if we put the colors now, we will not be able to adjust the forms and it will be bad. So always think about your forms, not about the colors. The colors will be as the cherry on the top, and they will be super nice, but before that you need to have everything else figured out. So put the time into it. Don't look at me that I'm doing this for like up to here we have like 250 minutes or something, even less, which for this level of I think is kind of a lot of time for me, because I'm speaking and I'm talking about other things. I'm stopping working sometimes, so if I have to do it without speaking, just listening to music and doing it, I would do this for probably 2 hours at most. But yeah, now it's double the time because I have to speak and everything. For you, most likely it will be much more. As I told you, to achieve this level of kind of a, not this level, but this quality of hands, just the hands, just this. Some people have spent like 4 hours only on the hands and they cannot achieve exactly this result. Why? Because they have no experience making hands. And if you have no experience making hands, even with my kind of explanation, which was, I think, good, how to make the hands, how to achieve the things, it will not work too much. It will not be as good as the result, which is absolutely normal. With experience, everything will go. But the main idea here is for you to try to do this, to try everything to be clean. So it's easier, in my opinion, when you make hands, especially hands, to make planes. So this will be one plane with high polish brush, this will be another plane, and this will be another. Then here we'll have a plane, here we'll have a plane. This way, the fingers will become a little bit squarish, but and more stylized, which is not a bad thing. Of course, then after we make them squarish, we can smooth them, and kind of they will have this kind of nice forms. I always want to make the thumb a little bit thicker, so I will inflate it thicker than the other fingers. It will look better. If the thumb is thinner than the other fingers, it will look weird and awkward, so be careful about that. And I will see you in the next video, where we will probably do something else. We have to do those things on the back here, those spikes on the back, and we can start doing refining, doing the 3D sketch phase, and then continue onward from there. Bye for now, see you in the next video, of course.